Hi, welcome back. This is Sports on Joy Prime. The show is interactive on social media. It's your show. It means that you can send us a message. Use the number on the screen, 055-157-5757. Udnim Chelsea. Oh, my God. Oh, Chale, what a team. What a team. What a team. Dadike, show me the Cunha celebration. I've been practicing it. Dadike, Chale. Oh, Chale.
Cunha. Matheus.
I can't perform. The boy can't perform. Show me the celebration. Me, I know I want. How you do it? Oh.
You see the blind pass? But you know who could do the blind pass? Coach. Abba!
Give me two. He has been doing this. That means signature move.
Control and pass.
Casemiro, control and pass. Oh, what a great weekend of football. Everywhere you looked, it was amazing. The Premier League gave us some blockbuster games. I was very shocked to see Aston Villa lose at home.
Shocking.
The 10-man Brentford. I was some game. So we've got a lot to go through. But first up, we're going to talk about this matter, all right? Now, we were all enjoying our weekend in peace until the South Africa Deputy Sports Minister with her 2x4 English. She went to a function and I went to say that they South Africa, they are ready to host the women's AFCON because Morocco has decided that they will not host it. Nobody said no more. She said they are. Okay, let me not tell you. This is what she said, but all right. So that's South Africa's Deputy Sports Minister there saying that South Africa are ready to host the women's AFCON. They've hosted World Cup before. So it got a lot of people asking questions like, why are South Africa ready to host the women's AFCON? It's kicking off in about 40 days. Morocco are the host. It kicks off on March 17. So immediately, eyeballs, eyebrows, and everything, earbrows, everybody started wondering, what's going on? Right? We still don't have official communication from CAF. There is no official communication from Morocco. So the South Africa's Madam Deputy Minister's boss had to go and release a statement to clarify what the deputy said. And in his statement, basically what you need is paragraph 3. That South Africa has expressed the willingness to support the Confederation of African Football if required, should alternative hosting arrangements for the 2028 Wafcon become necessary. And it says, these engagements form part of ongoing discussions initiated by CAF as it considers what? Various, exactly,
The
Confederation's responsible stewardship of
all of the continental game.
Yes, exactly. But I do the atomo mede na kan. Nye ne kese ma mede na kan. Me glasses we me hu hwe. Anyway. So bottom line is he says that okay, the deputy said we are ready to host, but let me clarify that we have not actually been told that we should host it, but it's that CAF only initiated conversations with us as a way of preparing for any eventuality where CAF needs an alternative, which did nothing to quell all of our concerns about why this conversation is even going on in the first place. Because he says CAF initiated those conversations. So, Sicho, what's going on there? Does it mean that Morocco have told CAF that they should start looking?
We don't know that. CAF hasn't released a statement to confirm that yet. And Morocco as well have not said they don't want to host it. So it's South Africa that has thrown this into the media that is raising all the eyebrows. But the first indication would have been from CAF and maybe then Morocco. But as of this time that the show is being done, We've had nothing from the Confederation, and we've had nothing from the Moroccan Federation as well. So as it stands, Morocco are still hosting all of Africa for the women's Wafcon 40 days from now. But yeah, it's a very, there's no denying that Morocco are upset with CAF's ruling on the AFCON, all the things that happened in the final, because they really did demand that Senegal be stripped of that title, and they think that they deserve it because of Senegal's unsportsmanship that they showed on the day. CAF says no, they're not going to buy into that. They've issued their sanctions, punish those they want to punish. The rumors are that Morocco are still not happy. They might even go on and appeal that decision from CAF. So all the speculations are there, because in the last couple of years, Morocco have become a bailout country for CAF. When countries have not had stadiums that they can play in, CAF have most often taken games to Morocco to host CAF qualifiers or even FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Morocco have hosted tournaments that they've not necessarily been the ones bidding for it, but they've built a CAF. Remember that when Côte d'Ivoire hosted the AFCON only 2 years ago, they were supposed to host a youth tournament, so these are the competitions that they've hosted. Look at the years between 2021 to 2025. It's like Africa has been based in Morocco. CAF Champions League final, Confederation final, CAF Champions League final, again, women's Wafcon, Women's Champions League.
Back-to-back Women's Champions League.
U23, Wafcon, U17 in 2025. I mean, it's everything. Everything Africa has gone to Morocco. And it's not also because they've sent in their bids for all of these competitions. Sometimes they've had to bail out CAF. So that is where the concerns are. But for me, look, until we hear from get official reports from these, or the official confirmation from these two bodies, CAF and the Morocco, we treat this as just speculation, rumors. But if that has to be the case, then CAF has to look at its regulations concerning countries pulling out of hosting competitions, especially when you've bid for it. Because we saw what Côte d'Ivoire did last minute, and then Morocco had to step in. Otherwise, otherwise it was going to be U23. Yeah. Otherwise, it was going to be a disaster, And then this one, if Morocco do say they're not going to do it again, there has to be repercussions. Yeah. That maybe okay, if you bid for the competition and you decide you're not going to do it again, and it's not bilateral, because sometimes CAF can give you the competition, or when CAF assesses your preparation and realize that you're not ready to host it, they can take it from you. But if CAF still thinks you can't host it and you are saying alone that you can't do it, there has to be some sanctions. Maybe then in the next 20 years or whatever, you can't bid for any continental competition again. Something has to bite so that when country just won't wake up one day, 40 days to a competition and say, I'm no more doing it.
DK, Madam Peace Mabe certainly didn't do her first name any justice here, because there's no peace in what she has gone to stay. Certainly, there's been a lot of questions about, as Sicho alluded to, on what is purportedly a certain unhappiness in Morocco's camp about developments in the last few weeks from the AFCON final up until now, which could potentially be causing CAF to be looking for alternatives. Certainly, even if we didn't believe Madam Peace Mabe, the statement from her boss said that CAF had engaged them. So we can't say he's also lying. Yeah. This is a government official. What do you think? I mean, it's hard to guess what has happened behind the scenes, but certainly something has happened.
Yeah, something has happened. But look, from the stories from the Moroccan side about they being disgruntled, the whole AFCON thing, that is all speculation. The point is, when these hosting rights are being discussed, it doesn't come from the FA. It's CAF to government. Yeah. And the government representative is the sports minister and the deputy. So what she said is something that has happened and was corroborated by her boss, that CAF having engaged them. Now, the thing is, why is CAF talking to other countries just 2 months to the competition? Right. It means that maybe Morocco will not be able to do it. And it could be a number of reasons. Look, top of my head, Morocco have hosted enough. Maybe it's having a bad maybe it's having a bad.
They knew that before they took on this, if they were going to do it.
Yeah, Morocco, the agreement was the next 3, and they signed it back in I think 2023. Yeah. The first one was 2023. Then
this is the third.
This is a third one that they're going to.
So they've always known.
They've always known.
This was not a contingent.
But in between that, they took a last-minute U23.
True.
And another one came in there. I think the Women's Champions League also happened a couple of times in Morocco. So maybe they've had to take a number of last minute financial hits. And look, it's a bit too much, and they can't handle it again. Or maybe they are just pissed with CAF and they can flex it because they are the only ones who can accommodate the whole of Africa to that standard at this point in time. So look, it's a big issue. Citro has said it. Look, you can't just get up and say you host and then get up and say you'll not do it again. And but this thing just, look, when we look at the competition in Cote d'Ivoire, we looked at the competition in Morocco, the rest of Africa seriously needs to sit up. Like, Morocco is leaving everybody behind. And it's not the best. Cote d'Ivoire, who had hosted an AFCON, major AFCON, straight away said under 23 AFCON, which would require 2 or 3 stadia, they said they couldn't do it and had to pull out last minute because of economic struggles. And that's a serious thing. We saw how we struggled. All Africa games in pool, Ghana struggled. Last minute, we had to pull strings. And it says a lot. Obviously, hosting competitions is not an easy thing. But where it's getting to, the fact that everything is going to Morocco because Morocco is probably the only country that can provide a certain standard. And now when they say they can't do it, CAF is now running around looking for alternatives. It's a serious indictment on the continent and our preparation, our infrastructure readiness and everything. And for me, for a continent that hosted a World Cup in 2010, and you are looking at, 16 years later, and we don't have 4, 5, 6 countries who are ready to take on a competition straight away. It says a lot, and it's not the best. So whatever it is, obviously, we don't know what is happening between CAF and Morocco, but we know that it has necessitated CAF having to speak to other nations. And the way the posture of the South Africans and what the deputy minister said, what the minister said is PR. What the deputy minister said, that's the reality. She has said the truth, and they've had to try and polish. She said that when Morocco said they will not do it again, we said we are ready. So the thing is, expect another PR response in the next couple of days. Maybe Morocco will say they've changed their mind because they are Morocco. Maybe CAF will have to quickly, and South Africa will...
because maybe this doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good on them because of how the reportage has gone. But at the end of the day, look, for a continent, it really doesn't look good. Why can't Ghana say... Ooh?
No, but the other thing too is, when the Wafcon is a major competition.
Yeah.
So the planning of it and the execution of it is going to be very similar to what we saw at the AFCON. In terms of the way they would brand the country. You were in Morocco, I was there. The whole airport has to look the Wafcon. The streets must look the Wafcon.
Branding,
the branding. The entire stadium has to do that. In my mind, I don't think it's really possible for... It is possible, but I don't think many countries will really want to host back-to-back major competitions in the space of months or days. So you just finished the AFCON, hosted it to the standard of the World Cup. It's the best ever we've seen on the continent. Then you turn around and you're coming to host the Wafcon. Sometimes reality will dawn on you. And maybe then Morocco now beginning to feel like, look, this is going to be tough.
And especially as the dates for this AFCON was changed. If you remember, the FIFA Club World Cup altered the CAF calendar.
Absolutely.
And they had to push the competition. So when you factor all these things, it can be that, yes, they knew that they were hosting this thing, but they thought they had time to be able to prepare.
And now it's different.
And
when you're hosting the prime competition on the continent in international football is the men's AFCON. Then the women's AFCON maybe sits behind it. If you're hosting the women's Wafcon before the men's AFCON, I think you can manage it.
Yeah.
But when you've exerted so much resources in the bigger one, you now have to dip it. It can be difficult. Yeah. But let's just hope it doesn't get there.
Okay, so perhaps maybe, this competition could offer South Africa a chance to really test their own mettle about
Ghanaians love South Africa.
Hosting 2028.
Ghanaians love South Africa.
Yeah, they've indicated their interest in hosting the 2028 edition.
Yeah.
They started talking about that even before the last AFCON had ended. Mr. Gaten McKenzie, the sports minister, had been saying it all along. That they were very much interested. In fact, and they said they were inviting Namibia to come on board.
Botswana as well.
And Botswana too, to do maybe some co-hosting. Southern African co-hosting. So maybe the women's AFCON will offer them a really good opportunity to prepare for the 2028
And then there's Egypt thinking about 2032 and 2036.
Yeah, and Egypt themselves have been said to be interested in 28. So have Morocco. Well, we don't know about now anymore.
Which Morocco?
Yeah.
The same Morocco.
Yeah, 28. They had shown some interest in 28.
Yeah,
Looking at for preparation towards
the World Cup, it would have made sense.
Yeah.
So maybe then that comes into the consideration of, can you please let us keep this?
So
and if it's possible, we do 2028 and just get ready for the World Cup.
Yeah,
maybe.
they had been the 3 Southern African countries. So South Africa, Morocco, Egypt. Those 3 are the ones that had shown interest in hosting 20.
No Nigeria, no Ghana.
Yeah. No. We don't have stadiums. We don't have stadiums. That's the problem. So we'll see. I'm sure CAF will certainly release a statement in the coming days because this matter is too big to just leave it to rest like that. It wouldn't die a natural death for sure. It's one of those things that wouldn't die a natural death because logistics planning, teams need to come, like where the competition is taking place has to be factored in. And the international break is coming up very shortly. Yeah. And a lot of them are planning friendly matches. So they need to know for sure.
Changes campaign plans, changing travel plans.
Yeah. Because, even the temperature in the two countries is very different. It's summer in Southern Africa, it's winter in North Africa. It's not the same. So
absolutely.
There's so many things hinging on a final decision, and that uncertainty certainly isn't good. That's why we expect CAF to react and say something definitive in the coming days. So we'll see what becomes of that particular story, but it's one that we'll be monitoring and following very closely. What about your own thoughts? Should we go to South Africa?
Why?
Should we be going to South Africa or we should go back to Morocco? I'm very interested. Because that's the competition that will serve as the qualifying event for the Women's World Cup 2027 to be hosted in Brazil, where Danike is very interested in going. You understand? That's right.
I'm going to dance with Cunha. Brazil!
Go to Brazil!
Brazil!
Brasileira. That's where we want to go. So it's a very important competition. The Black Queens have to be there. You understand me? Anyway, guys, let's come back home and do Ghana Premier League. Heart of Lions against Kumasi Asante Kotoko Kwando. It was a long journey back. Not the going. The going was easy. But here for maintenance, I don't understand him. You understand me? You Heart of Lions can just be there. They are not winning enough matches. Shows up there 3-1. This complete distraction. That was what happened. Anyway, let's take a look at the quick highlights from that particular game, and we get some reaction from Karim Zito after that. There is a fault of the wingers. Anyway, this is how the rest of the league went down over the weekend. Kotoko were the only ones that suffered a shocking defeat. Mediama also lost the game for the first time since September. It's been a mighty long time to Nations FC, who beat them by 2-1. Kotoko, obviously, losing to Heart of Lions, Vision and Dreams, sharing the spoils. No surprise there. Very predictable scoreline. It's like a proper handshake. 2-2, like a draw.
How is it predictable?
Oh, the strength of the two teams very the same. Why? What's your problem? Why you haven't been watching them this season?
I mean, when I watch Vision and Dreams FC, I'm not expecting a draw this season.
House of Folk at home to Bechem United. House of Folk at home to Bechem United.
It's a predictable goal. We know it's a predictable goal. That one too is predictable.
House of Folk
don't score and they don't concede.
And Bechem do shot. So right now.
But Vision and Dreams do shot.
Yes. Check the table. Benaya, where's the table? That's
Heart of Folk's home form since they moved to Legon hasn't been bad. It's a disappointing result for them.
Look at those 3 teams from 2nd to 4th. So, Mediama lost too, but still very much firmly in control of the league table, 7 points ahead of the chasing pack. And at the bottom, it's not looking good for Hoho United. I don't know what has happened to them. They came into the league with some great enthusiasm, but so far things are going tragically awry. They're in the relegation zone, only above 11 Wonders. Look at that. And Brecum Chelsea as well. So things not looking too good for Hoho United this season. But they still have a chance to survive. They just need to go on a certain run. So anyway, so that's the lowdown on the Ghana Premier League. Does anyone have any thoughts on any of that, or should we move on? House of Hope, Didi Dramane, no mean food.
Yeah, they are not scoring.
House of Hope, that's what I think Danny said it ahead of Christmas.
Yeah.
That the team looks like a team that is well coached, but they don't have the X factor in players. Where you've got one player who can make something happen when the game is tight. So one player can play that one pass, take on with that player. They are all just functional footballers that are being coached well in the system, but they lack the cutting edge.
But they have the clean sheet machine, so at least they'll not concede.
I'm going to give you a stat that would absolutely blow your mind.
And if it doesn't?
It will blow your mind.
Go ahead.
Try me.
You know, House of Oak are fourth on the league table, right? They have, what, 36 points?
36, yeah.
Can you believe that this season, House of Oak have only scored more goals than the bottom place team in the league this season? The only team that has scored fewer goals than House of Oak this season is 11 Wonders with 14. House of Oak have 15 league goals from 21 matches.
Solid.
Now that's a mind blow. I've always known they were.
Isn't your mind blown?
No, mind blowing, yeah, it is. I've always known they are one of the least scoring teams. I just didn't think that every other team, apart from the bottom team, 11 Wonders, was better than them at it. But I've always known they've had a problem with creativity and goal scoring, but I didn't know it was that bad.
That's just
really bad.
Crazy.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention.
They are being saved by the defense.
And
they don't concede.
Yeah, they don't concede. Yeah.
Actually, another mind-blowing fact, they've conceded the fewest number of goals this season.
Still single digits.
With 7. Single digits. Single number.
They'll break us those Chelsea's record.
Chelsea's record.
They'll break Chelsea's record of 15.
Anyway, so yeah, some very mind-blowing stats for you. House of Oak, mind-blowing defending, some very shockingly mind-blowing attacking as well. Anyway, let's move it on. My producer tells me that Cristiano Ronaldo is on strike. Is it true?
It's on strike where?
They said Al Nassr, they had a game today. He was not in the squad. He's not injured. And the story is that Ronaldo is striking because he doesn't like the transfer activity of Al Nassr because he feels like the PIF is discriminating against Al Nassr. They're not giving them enough money. Their competitors are signing top players, and they are signing players from Iraq. This general transfer window, they've signed one player from Iraq, and Ronaldo vexed. Sue. Have you seen the story?
So he Al-Nassr won earlier today by a goal to Sadio Mane got that goal. He wasn't in that team.
I don't believe it.
Because the rumors were that Ronaldo was unhappy with the amount of attention or money that had been given his club Al-Nassr from the PIF to spend. But I've not had any official, communication coming from the club. A couple of weeks ago, there were also rumors from the Al-Nassr camp that the manager has said that the league is systematically, putting some teams out of contention with the way they are backing those teams with signings and the way other clubs like the sign. Because the earlier impression we got from the way the Saudi League was going to run was that the PIF was going to have money to spend on some top clubs to bring even competition. And some clubs feel like the competition hasn't been even simply because attention has been given to some teams far more than other teams under the PIF. And that is where all the rumors are coming from that Ronaldo is on strike because of that. But those are all ifs and buts.
I don't understand it, though.
I'm just saying I don't believe it.
Yeah.
We've heard ridiculous stories when it's concerned. Ronaldo, if he wants to protest, he won't play football. A chance for him to get closer to 1,000 goals, he won't play because they are not giving his team money. Cristiano Ronaldo. You doesn't make sense to you. Ronaldo is not injured. They say there's nothing wrong with him. He's on strike. Cristiano Ronaldo on strike. He has never gone on strike in his entire football career.
If I believe the strike crowd, I think the whole thing is his fault. The fact that he alone is taking 90% of the Al-Nassr money that PIF is giving them, so he shouldn't complain. £188,000 a day. One month be like 20 million or something.
He doesn't deserve it.
But every team has to have a certain budget allocated.
The thing is, you have created a reason why you
Ronaldo takes all the money. You shouldn't go back and complain that they're not signing players.
You have sat
then
there.
He should make some of his money available so Anaso can
You've sat there and you've created a reason why Ronaldo didn't play today. And you are arguing against the same reason that you created it.
I created the reason.
Who has said Ronaldo is striking?
It's there. It's on the Slack. The Slack said Ronaldo is on strike.
I don't see any.
Oh, Benaya, bring the Slack back.
But we know Benaya. We know you and Benaya.
Huh?
How did he start this thing? The producer said, so the whole world, because Benaya said Ronaldo is that. Remove that thing from there.
The story said Cristiano Ronaldo on strike
over
lack of ambition at Al Nassr. So I'm throwing more perspective on it.
You see, that's a definite statement, which is false.
Why is it?
There's no official communication. So when the player is not in the team,
have you ever heard any company put out a statement about their staff being on strike before?
Yes.
Who?
We saw Aston Villa and we saw Newcastle.
To say that the player is on strike.
Yeah, we saw Newcastle and Isak. Newcastle
that one is different. That's
Isak was with me as even Wesa and Brentford. We saw it.
That one is different.
Wait.
That one is different. Oh, he's different.
No. But you go safe. You see, some stories. When you read some stories, you need to apply some. Ronaldo is striking on behalf of the club. The club won't forfeit the game, but Ronaldo won't play.
I have a question.
So they are taking their best player.
Will Ronaldo's goal of achieving 1,000 goals be helped by the club bringing in better quality players? Yes. If that's the case, then the strike is on point.
No, at the moment, it doesn't look like it.
Why not?
The rate at which he's scoring is crazy.
It's crazy.
Nobody said. No, but he can, in fact, he can be scoring at a rate of 1 goal every game. I'm saying that it doesn't rule out the possibility that if he has more quality around him, that can go up to 2 per game. So you can't say that because the rate is good now, it can't be better.
The point is, it's not true. You can't come and bring your force, this thing, and then let us argue on something that is false. Why are we wasting time on something that is not true? And he has put a slack there, Ronaldo on strike. No, allegedly.
When you bring Ronaldo,
Cristiano Ronaldo should sue Sports Zone and you for libel. Cristiano Ronaldo on strike over lack of. That's a definite statement you put over there. There's no proof. There's no official communication. Your Benaya, your producer, has said that Ronaldo has on strike. Then you two have corroborated, so you are part of the lawsuit. You and Benaya will sue Ronaldo.
Change the ad reportedly on strike. Reportedly on strike.
In fact,
over lack of ambition.
I'm going to call the lawyers for them to
NASA.
do it
Anyway, guys, but listen, I've got some messages here. Those of you sending your messages here. Guys, I love you so much. This is my favorite sports program. You guys are too much. I have work tomorrow, but I can't sleep without watching this program. Tell Danny K that. Tell Danny K to do the dance again. This is Harry from Takwa.
Cunha. Oh, Charlie. What the
good evening, guys. I'm very happy with what's going on at Chelsea at the moment. Now I know that even when we are down by 3 goals, we will bounce back and win the game. For Morocco, they should go away from there. I'm wishing my lovely wife, Ivy, a speedy recovery. This is Francis inside Sugar Copec.
Ivy, get well soon, eh?
Ivy, get well soon, eh? We wish you all the best. Mike from Offensive said, good evening to you and your crew. Carrick is carrying Man United on his shoulders. They should let him carry on. Okay, interesting play on words. I've got a message here that says, good evening, fan and the team. This is Honorable Aminu Jimbalia from Vamboy, from my village. See what Chelsea has done to the world. Beating the world champions of Spain, beating the champions of Spain, beating the champions of Italy, beating the champions of England, beating the champions of France, beating the European champions. We have refused to beat Man U and Arsenal because they aren't champions of anything.
Feel free.
Anyway, tell that Chelsea coach to stop his booga selections. I mean, thank you for your message. Iman from Tema says, at this point, we can all say that Arsenal are champions. Please tell Karim my sister has a crush on him. Another one. Another crash.
Well, he's eligible. So.
Wow.
And there's space for 3.
Yeah, space for 3 more. 3 more.
You said,
So Karim there. If it be me or Danny Gay,
you come here, don't worry.
Karim there.
La la la.
La Anthony. Shani Hamza from Yendi says, Chelsea beating West Ham should not be celebrated, but to complete a comeback in such a manner deserves to be celebrated for decades. When Chelsea sacked the arrogant Maresca, everything seemed to be going in the right direction. Man United did same and are performing brilliantly. However, they will always come back to default settings. Arsenal is Arsenal every season, next season. Interesting. Castro Steve says, good evening, Sports Zone. It seems VAR has come to favor Real Madrid and Man United. Take your time to review key important events for these two clubs since the introduction of VAR, and you will comprehend my submission. How come that last-minute action became a penalty for Real Madrid? And he says, greetings to all Chelsea fans in China. Castro Steve from China. Anyway, keep the messages coming. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, listen, I need to remind you that tonight is transfer deadline day. And the window has shut in England. Some transfers have happened. N'Golo Kante has left Saudi Arabia. He's gone to Turkey. Ademola Lookman he's left Atalanta. He's gone to Spain, to Atletico Madrid, which means that Kamaldeen Sulemana is staying at Atalanta. He's not longer going to Roma. So many things have happened. We've got all the lowdown here for you on the show. Who has gone where? All the major transfers coming up right next here on Sports Zone. Do stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. This is Sports Zone on Joy Prime. The show is proudly brought to you by Game Energy Drink, the best energy drink in town, okay? Produced by Piva Beverages, one of my favorites. And then also by Guinness, producers of Guinness Smooth and Guinness Foreign Extra, the classic one, always supporting us here on the show. Karim has joined us with all the latest transfers. Lots of your messages are here as well. Karim, how you doing? Are you all right? Yeah. Yeah? You good?
Capito.
What is Capito?
Yes. World Cup.
Oh, okay.
I'm bad.
Anyway, listen, I've got several other messages here. So let me try and go through them. Hi, guys. Good evening. It's a new month and fresh week to begin with Sports Zone. I always love Mondays. The facts and analysis are fantastic. A week for Benfica. They stepped on the lion's tail. We, Madrid, are coming for them. Joseph in Bandi with that. I'll read the rest of the messages, but let's go to Karim for all the latest from Ghanaian players this January transfer window. Karim, take it away.
The thing is that a lot of Ghanaian players have been on the move this January transfer window. And I've just picked the top 10 of them to highlight them on the deadline day. So the number one, rightly on the list, is Captain Fantastic. Andre Dede Ayew. He has moved towards the Netherlands to Nagbreda. And he has started playing 17 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
How many games so far?
I think it should be around 4. By
the end of the bench?
Yes, by the end of this month. Yeah. By the end of the month. By the end of the month, he'll be on the roll. When he starts all of the games, then when the season ends, Charlie.
Are you predicting or you are telling us?
I'm telling you what is going to happen.
Okay.
Tell you what is going to happen.
Okay.
Then
this is not a good time for prophets, if you know what I mean. So be careful.
Did I say?
Because prophets are under fire this week. So be careful what prophets.
Did I say it's a prophecy? I didn't say it's a prophecy. I'm telling you what. It's a prediction.
If you say you're telling
science.
If you say you're telling us what is going to happen, they are venturing into prophecy.
No, it's science. Data.
Yes. Data and science.
Yeah.
So Andre will starting games from next month.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Musa Dankwa.
Let's move on.
And if he does that, or we go and ask Musa Dankwa if they will go to the World Cup.
Yes. So yeah, the thing is that so he has joined them on a 6-month deal. As a free agent. This is his 11th club he's playing for. So by the end of the season, at least you have some fitness on the legs. USC. Then another player he's playing with there is Denis Odoi.
Oh,
Those
sir,
two- yeah.
Reunion. Okay.
So he was also a free agent, left Royal Antwerp in the, I think, 2 years, summer years ago. Then he joined them on a free transfer in November.
Professor.
Also now 37, and he's playing for them regularly, but they are still fighting relegation. When they start playing, then they'll get out of the relegation zone. Then the one you were talking about, Jonas Ajeti, centre-back, 22 years. He joined FC Basel in 2022 from Brecum, Chelsea, and has played his way into the first team and has made a move to Wolfsburg, that is in the Bundesliga, for 9.5 million euros. That is according to information on transfer market. And that deal he has signed for until 2030, 4.5 years, 4.5 years deal. Talk, Daniki.
And you know, Jonas Ajete is a staunch viewer of this show.
Yeah, Ghanaian players abroad.
Ghanaian players, he watches this show. When the Black Stars came,
Jonas.
Jonas. When the March last year, when Jordan took over.
The Jordan interview.
We went to the team hotel.
Yeah.
We were leaving, and Jonas Ajete stopped us.
Oh, nice.
That he watches Sports Zone, especially that guy who does the
Ghanaian
watches. So you will see himself on TV. Solid guy.
Yeah, I talked a lot about him before he got his first Black Stars call-up. Then the biggest of them all is Antoine Semenyo, who joined City from Bournemouth for 72 million euros. And that is the highest ever paid for a Ghanaian player. 72 million, and has signed a 5.5-year deal and has now scored 4 and 5 for City. Something only Aguero has done. Yes, Aguero. Adebayo, the Togolese, and it's now Semenyo that has equaled that record for 5 goals in 4 matches for City in all competitions. And now
4 in 5 or 5 in 4?
4 in 5.
Thank you.
In all
Don't have it mixed up.
Yes. And
4 goals in 5
5
matches, yes.
and actually 5 goal contributions in 5.
Man, he has also.
So, and now he has 12 Premier League goals. That is the highest ever he has done in a single season, and he's on course to do more. And now he has the joint most goals for any Ghanaian player in the Premier League.
In a single season?
Yeah.
Mark,
And he has about 14 games more to go. So obviously, this is at the rate he's going. This is something he's going.
Who had the record? Tony Yeboah.
Yeah.
Tony Yeboah, Andrea Ayew.
Yeah, Andre.
Did they?
He did it. That's why he's going to the World
Swansea.
Cup. Yeah.
That's why he's going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Are you
that season that he had. I don't know. They say that.
Montero.
Yeah, boys say the Montero season. Boys say they take the simple day. They tie meat.
And another player that a lot of people usually look to see that he's fit is Majid Ashmero. He also moved on loan from Anderlecht to Raul Louvier. That is in Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah, to the top flight. They just gained promotion. That is
They have a
where
very tiny stadium. Huh?
Jerry Afriye plays, and they are looking to get things going. And Majid
Yeah, there are
Ashmero.
2 Ghanaians there.
Yeah.
Jerry Free, he left the Spanish side to.
He's there on loan, I think.
Yeah, he's there on loan from
the Saudi
Al-Qadsiya.
club.
Yeah.
So, and Majid Ashmero, the last time he played for the Black Stars was at the AFCON. That is the 2023 one played in 20.
long
And that was the time he got the injured and has since never recovered.
Oh no, he played Otto. The Angola game that we lost at home. He played.
The World Cup qualifier.
Yeah.
I thought.
play Angola.
No, he didn't play. It was at the last game.
Qualifier, yeah.
The last.
Qualify.
No, I think it was the AFCON.
Kumasi one.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe he
part of the
got
squad,
injured at the AFCON.
He played. He even played the Niger game.
Yeah. You're right.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
It
he
was
played
at-
in midfield. They were sleeping. The Niger game.
Stop arguing. Stop
Okay.
It's easy to find.
The bottom line is that he's looking to get fit and maybe get into the conversation for the World Cup.
Yeah.
And he's a player a lot of people are looking to see because of his ball carrying abilities. Then Ibrahim Sulemana, he has also been on the move from the summer. He moved to Bologna. It didn't work out for him. Then Cagliari, a club he's very much familiar with. He moved there, and over the weekend, he made his debut and scored as well. He has joined them on loan for the rest of the season, and there's an option for them to make it permanent from Atalanta. Then this one, I don't know why we are talking about Black Stars right back issues, but we are not mentioning this man. And maybe him moving to is not helping his cause of if he were still playing for media, maybe he would be in consideration for the World Cup. Kamara Di Mahmoud, he scores a lot of goals as a defender. He can play as a right back and play as a left back as well. Very versatile. He moved from Midiama to Al Hilal, that is Al Hilal Omdurman, that is the Sudanese club, for 3.5 years. And now he's not made his debut yet. And he was on the bench for them when they won against
I'm very happy for him. He had been knocking on the door for a bit, right? He received a couple of Black Stars call-outs.
Yeah, he has played 2 games actually.
So he always needed to make the next step.
But his World Cup chances, I don't think this move has helped that.
Yeah.
There were talks about players, Ghana Premier League players getting quotas. He was one of the standout players. And this season, after about, I think, 14 games in the Ghana Premier League, he has 5 goals.
That's why sometimes I don't rate it when we are awarding the Ghana Premier League players call-ups. It's only simply because they play in the local league or they are doing well. Especially if they're not going there to compete. Especially a player like Benjamin Sesko is there, is the number one, so it's different. But if you're only going to go there like Lamptey did, because he was playing in the league, it doesn't make sense. Because I think since Lamptey moved to Tanzania, he's even played better in Tanzania than he was playing in Kotoko. Obviously, better infrastructure, better pitches, better football playing. But nobody really mentions him anymore. But when he was in Kotoko, everybody argued that he had to be.
They were calling for Agadas.
I think we had that argument here too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so if he's genuinely really good and he would have been considered, had he been playing in Midiama, why won't you consider him now that he's moved to a better club? And if he's playing in that club and league, that is better.
They are playing in the CAF Champions League.
Absolutely.
And now Emmanuel Boati, he's also another journeyman, moving here and there. He left Gaziantep, that is in the Turkish top flight, and has moved to Israel for Hapoel Tel Aviv. And it's for the season, 1.5 years. And a striker. Then Noanati, this player, he just joined Lyon, and over the weekend...
He not be your player.
Why?
I love Karim.
CEO.
The guy is not. The guy is going to. He would have gone to the World Cup.
I love Karim.
Let me tell you something.
You never know what's happening.
Let me tell you
behind
something.
the scenes.
Why are you... The last time I told you this, you've seen something that will help you. Do you wait for it to come to you or you go to it?
You go to it. So Karim,
The guy is Danish.
Karim has claimed him.
I'm just
saying
saying that.
eligible for Ghana.
So it's like
yes.
Nigeria going to pray for Chinaza.
So wait, will Karim report on Tariq George?
I will report on Tariq.
Because Tariq George has moved to...
The move just happened. That's why I didn't add it.
That's why he didn't add it. Joshua Champon, every day we have him in our plan to
By force.
Joshua Champon, he's in the plan.
Has he moved?
Huh?
Has he moved?
He has not moved anywhere. But he's Ghanaian.
Man, I just want to be sure if he was going to report on Tariq George.
So, yeah, I will. So this guy, the father is Ghanaian, the mother is Danish. He was born there. The last time they asked him if he wanted to play for Ghana, he said his heart is at Denmark. But when you see a good player, don't give up.
That's it, we've heard, sir.
Yeah.
Go ask him that.
Then,
anyway, before you go on, I've just found that the last time Casemiro played for Ghana was that AFCON qualifier against Niger. That 1-1 draw.
In Danike, you are right.
Because it was Angola and Niger.
You were sleeping.
Angola he played 8 minutes. Against Niger, he played 71 minutes. Alongside Partey.
Yeah, they were sleeping in the midfield.
That game.
I remember,
he came to play 8 minutes. The boy said he changed the game.
Changed the game.
Then they started
when they slept.
I remember.
But then he was called up for the Sudan doubleheader, but he didn't come off the bench.
Yes, so that was the game I was thinking that there was a time he was called, but he didn't play. That was the Sudan.
Yeah, and then after that, so that was the last time.
So the last one is Charles Heyman, the son of Sika Akono. He was at Borussia Mönchengladbach and has moved to Cercle Brugge in Belgium. He's an attacking midfielder, can play as a winger. Then also
so CK to CH, CK Akono and CH Akono. So this is Charles Akono's son.
Yeah, 20.
But you, Ghanaian players abroad, you have to start a segment for Ghanaian coaches abroad. Because CK is working wonders at Goma here. top of the league in the
That's
Kenyan
true.
Premier League. We don't talk about him enough.
Ian Kobe, yeah?
Yeah.
Kobe Mensah.
Mensa, yeah. Wonderful stuff.
So, Fentu, those are the top 10 I've selected.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not all, but it's just the top.
Who have you left out?
There's no significant one I've left out.
That you've left out, eh? All right. That's an interesting one. Thank you very much. So now you know all the Ghanaian players that have moved this window, but also very
The guy
important.
says there's more. He just told top 10. You're saying now they know all.
Okay, sure. All the important ones.
Prolific la la la.
How you go and tell him? People go to school tomorrow and argue that I know the top, all the players.
The same way somebody will go to school and say that
Ronaldo was
right. This guy is this and oh no.
Tomorrow the boys will be arguing in class. So let's.
Why? Because Fento said on his program that we are in the children astray.
Anyway, any other major global transfers this window that has caught your eye? Ademola Lookman has gone to Atletico Madrid. That's a very interesting one. Conor Gallagher has left Atletico Madrid. He's gone to Spurs. He's played 2 games already. He set up the equalizer for Solanke.
Yeah.
There is N'Golo Kante. He's gone to Fenerbahce.
Axel Disasi
To West Ham.
has gone to West Ham.
Tariq
Raheem
George
Sterling
has left
has
Chelsea
finally
to
left
Fulham.
Chelsea, yeah.
to Fulham.
Mamadou Sarr, yeah.
Another Nigerian at Fulham.
Yeah.
You said notable transfers. The sweet prolific Mercurial Hendrick left Madrid to
Oh, what a performance already at Lyon. Yeah, he
banging
just
in
hit the
goals
ground
and the
running.
assists. Hendrick.
Unbelievable. Hendrick from Real Madrid.
Mamadou Sarr has been recalled back to Chelsea from his loan spell at Strasbourg.
Had a good AFCON, huh?
Yeah, very good AFCON. Anytime he was called upon, he was ready. If people remember, he was the one who stepped in to replace Kalidou Koulibaly.
Yeah.
When Kalidou Koulibaly was injured against Egypt, and he was superb. In the final again, he was brilliant. So, yeah.
He was one of those who also said he won't play again.
Yeah, he and Nakite both said, in fact, they were the first 2 who walked in.
He walked away.
Yeah, so.
Okay. All right.
You know, Chelsea players have got anger issues. They take play to red cards. So they should manage that.
Good. That's the lowdown on that and the transfers. Let's turn our attention to the Premier League now and bring you highlights from some of the more critical games there. Chelsea with a 3-2 victory against West Ham. Man United also with a 3-2 victory. So enjoy the highlights. We'll come back here and unpack it all. Sexy Sesko. Yeah. So what a great weekend of Premier League action. Sesko delivering victory for Man United. Arsenal absolutely dominant against Leeds. Man City giving away a 2-0 lead to draw 2-0 with Spurs. Chelsea coming from behind to defeat West Ham by 3-2 as well. Guys, very briefly, where does that leave us with the Premier League title? What did we learn from this weekend? Arsenal, the biggest winners, obviously.
Yeah, Arsenal, the biggest winners. And I think I said it a couple of weeks ago that at that time, Arsenal were dropping points and City looked like they were catching up. And I said, yeah, between Arsenal and City, I still thought it was Arsenal that had the squad and the ability to win more games consistently and get constant results. I didn't think City had it in them. And I think we're beginning to make too many excuses for Pep Guardiola and Man City because, look, they've still got a very, very good squad. A couple of injuries at the back is understandable.
Yeah.
But they've spent a lot of money. Last season, we're like, okay, they are rebuilding, so maybe then. But this season, they brought in a lot of players, good players, lots of money, and they don't seem to be playing well. They are not consistent, and now questions must be asked of. It's difficult to say about Pep Guardiola because he's a genius. But at
One
some
of the
point,
new signings scored an own goal.
yeah, Maggie, but that for me was a foul because I think as a defender, what you want to do is to get yourself in a position where you are denying your attacker of hitting the ball. And he got himself between the ball and his man had to go through him to get his leg to hit the ball. If that had been reversed and the defender is kicking the attacker's foot and then the ball was hit off target, the referee is going to point straight to the spot.
That's true.
So I thought that was unfair on City, but yeah, that's the game. I just think City generally are not playing well. They will win some games, but to win the Premier League, winning some games is never enough. Winning consistently is what will give you the league. And I think between Arsenal and City, it is Arsenal who have got that in them to do.
Great comeback from Chelsea and Man United as well.
Yeah, Chelsea, really good comeback. There's this clip that went viral at the end of first half where Robert
The fight,
Sanchez, Sanchez was telling the fans to calm down. It was only 2-0.
That one.
To calm down. And I love that. That's proper mentality. They knew they were still in it. And 2-0 leads are probably the easiest to come back. We just need one goal to unsettle the opposition. And West Ham won Monyade. So Chelsea just needed to score one goal. And once the goal went in, they just knew that the next one will come and the next one will come. But the winner from Enzo Fernandez was a brilliant goal to win a game. A composure through and through. The pass that went into Caicedo, his control to pick that pass to Joao Pedro, who I thought would shoot. If I was in that position, I'm shooting. If Cunha is in that position, he's shooting. But he cuts it back brilliantly for the Lampard-esque Enzo Fernandez to finish. And he's really thriving in that position. We've always known that he understands the box. Those late runs into the box, he can add to the goals. But I think we are seeing him more prevalent this season, and it was a brilliant way to win a football game. But for Man United, they are coming back. They are coming back because when Kevin scored that goal, we all thought it was back to the Amorim, Ten Hag-ish United.
I thought United were going to draw the game.
Yeah, we all thought.
But another day, they probably would have drawn it, right?
Yeah, but
maybe going to lose.
Sexy Sesko had other ideas, and sometimes you see when it's coming, that's how it is. Yeah. When the spirit is coming back, that's how it is. So, Old Trafford, everybody was just reminded that United are still in it, and brilliant, 3 wins in a row. On to the next one.
Good stuff for them. So that's the bottom line. I'm going to try and take you to. Wait, Danny, they say you requested for a certain clip.
Yeah.
What?
Some kukuru commentators. I love football and commentary. They say, "Bernard, play the clip for me."
Nah, bro. I love Arabic commentators, man.
Spanish, actually.
The passion with which they play the game. Anyway, so that's interesting. You know, since you mentioned Enzo Fernandez, in fact, one day, I think maybe next week, Sicho, we need to have a conversation about him. Because I'm sure you've seen on the timeline, ever so often, somebody would come and ask the question, what is this guy really good at? Like, it's like...
No. That was a long time ago. I think
every time he's on a dry spell, before I was like, what does he do?
No, I think now he's defined that. When he came to Chelsea for that huge amount of money, it took him a while to... Of course, he wasn't playing well. And so people were asking, what really does it bring to the team? And it was a fair question to ask then. But I think now anybody who's asking that question is not watching the games. Because now we see Enzo Fernandez and what he does. Mm-hmm. He doesn't necessarily have to be very much involved in all the game, but he pops up in those areas that he can contribute.
He's a goal scorer.
He gets into the box really well. He combines well in that final third. In and around the box, he's dangerous.
And his box energy is unbelievable. Like he's always got energy.
I don't think so. I don't think it's very box to box as people like.
I think he's.
I think he's great. I think he's great at arriving in the box. I give him that. I don't think he's box to box as people want to say. He works hard for his team and everything, but I don't think he's that player who's driving the team from one end to the other. No, he's very much involved in moving the team from one end to the other, but he's not the one He's not driving the team.
I always see him look like one of those leaders on the pitch that's always got the team going at any given time. No, and I like his temperament. He's always ready for it.
And that is why people think maybe he's box to box. He's got a good temperament. I think he's a leader. I think he plays with his heart on his sleeve and everything. And more importantly, is adding the important goals to his game. He's arriving in important areas and important parts of the game. Things we've always seen in his game, but now it's become even more consistent. And that's what Danny said. We're beginning to see the Chelsea's iconic number 8 thing with him.
Lampard. Quick glance through the 4 results from the weekend. Wait, let's go to Down Under, Benaya, shall we? Because that was where the Australian Open final took place between Carlos Alcaraz, the Spaniard, and Novak Djokovic. It was Alcaraz, in the end, who defeated Djokovic. After Djokovic won the first set, in the end, it ended up being a 3-2-1 victory for him. Here are some of the key moments. I mean, after that, Danny K has a very interesting match of, is it a match day conversation? But DK, just before you get into your presentation, what did you make of the match itself? That's Djokovic in the green, running. He's holding his waist. Well, they're both wearing green anyway. Like, he can't believe it. It's like, Sichu.
Yeah.
You watched this. I saw you tweeting incessantly about it.
No, yeah, of course. Look, Djokovic is 38 years. It's insane that he's playing tennis at this level. We've seen players who are 38, 40, play tennis, but not at this level. He's at the Grand Slam final. He beats the world number 2 to reach here in a very difficult game. And even here against the world number 1 Alcaraz, he held his own. It was immense. Alcaraz just had a little bit more than Djokovic on the day. But yeah, credit to Djokovic and massive credit to Alcaraz, who becomes the first male at a very young age to complete the slam.
Yeah, and great start, obviously, for Djokovic winning the first set. But I think if you look at the baseline performance from Alcaraz a little later on, it was absolutely phenomenal. And now, because he's won, he's become the youngest player to win a career Grand Slam. He now has 9 Grand Slam titles to his name. Djokovic still chasing the 25th Grand Slam title that he so desperately wanted. But Danike, you said you had something. You have about 2 minutes to go through what you have to say.
I can even use 30 seconds. The fact is, look, the beautiful thing about tennis is an individual sport. Okay, in team sports, it's a bit difficult to figure out who exactly the greatest of all time is, because then you are looking at performances that influence a team's achievements and things. And those things can be subjective, because one person can feel that this person did more than the other person. But in individual sports, you win, you lose, you lose. You are competing for the same things. They are more objective and factual things. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at this, and look, the GOAT debate is over. Djokovic is the greatest of all time. Whether you don't need to like him to admit it, but it's a fact. Look, this is his head-to-head with, and we know the big three: Djokovic, Federer, Nadal, competed in the same era. This is his head-to-head against Federer. Beat Federer more times than Federer beat him. 27 wins to 23. So in terms of his head-to-head against his direct competitor during that era, he was ahead. Against Nadal also, he won 2 more games than Nadal. Matches. In their head-to-head. Yeah, 2 more matches than Nadal in their head-to-head. You look at, I'm adding this guy because of, you understand, legacy media. Andy Murray, landslide victory. And we know that these 4 men were the big 4 during their era. So obviously, Djokovic has more. Now, this is the current era. This is Djokovic's head-to-head against Alcaraz. This is a 38-year-old against a 22 or 23-year-old. And yesterday was when Alcaraz tied it at 5-5. So Djokovic was leading him 5-4. And this just shows he has transcended his era, and he's now battling with the new school. This is Sinner. Sinner is the only one who has a better head-to-head record than Djokovic. And it's 6-5. And the thing, you see, you look at it, and it's not landslide. It's almost evening out.
But 6-5. Even Djokovic against anybody is not landslide, no problem.
Now, we are going to ATP Masters titles, okay? And we know how it works. ATP Masters titles, the biggest titles, aside the Grand Slams, when it comes to the tour. He has 39 titles, most of all the other players. No, he now has 40. This was as at October 2023. He now has 40. Nadal with 36, Federer with 28. So in terms of on tour, when he was competing year in, year out for the biggest titles in tennis, aside the Grand Slam titles, he has most. When it comes to the most events also, he has, in terms of single events, Indian Wells, his 5 titles at Indian Wells, puts him ahead of everybody else. So, better head-to-head than all his competitors. Better, more titles on the ATP Tour. More Grand Slam wins than anybody else with 24. And when it comes to reaching the finals also, he's been to 57 ATP finals, and with less appearances also. He's number 5 on the appearance list. So he entered less competitions than Nadal and Federer, yet he was reaching the finals and winning more titles than them. Then you go on again. Look at the total weeks at number 1, cumulatively. 428 weeks at number 1 against Federer's 310. Cumulative, he spent more time as number 1 during their era and this era. So this is 2 different eras. Combined more weeks at number 1. And year-ending number 1. So he ended the year 8 times. 8 different years, Djokovic finished the year as number 1. So you really can't pass anywhere to you look at this again. Grand Slam wins. To find it, he leads everywhere. Yeah. Grand Slam wins, obviously, you see it. ATP Finals wins. Federer or Nadal didn't or never won an ATP Finals. He leads that in 7-6 against Federer. The ATP 1000s trophies, as I said, 40 against the rest of them. He's won 2 Olympic medals, 1 bronze, 1 gold. Federer never won an individual Olympic medal. And then the total, we see it. And the biggest thing is, he has won every single title that is available to win on the ATP circuit. Nobody has done that in the history. I don't think nobody has done that in sport. Every single individual title that...
Cristiano Ronaldo, 208.
He has won the World Cup. Every single
Individual title. It's an individual title. Please.
No, listen, it's
Guys,
individual
that's
sport.
it.
Every single title.
Thank you.
So wherever you pass, whatever, you don't need to like him.
Thank
But the
you.
fact is,
Thank you.
he's
Thank
the
you
greatest
very
of all
much.
time.
Thank you very much. And thank you all for tuning in. That's our show for tonight. We're back again next Monday.
Harry George joins Everton, not Fulham.
Yeah, exactly. You just said everything earlier. Anyway, big shout and happy birthday to Prosper Kuzo. Big fan of the show. Today's your birthday. Do enjoy.
Yeah, that guy. Top
We're
guy.
back again next Monday. Until then, do take care, of course. And bye-bye.